Hi everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and today I'm here to share with you our Stampin' Gals Gone Wild Wednesday video for this week. I'm really excited to share with you how to create this really pretty glowing snowflake ornament. You can see I've got a little spot here in the back so I can flip the switch and make that glow. I get great illumination coming out of that. You can see down here at the bottom I've used some of our frosted finishes embellishments to kind of dangle there, and it really makes for a fabulous ornament. And I'm going to share with you how easy it is to create this little beauty. So let's get started. All right, yesterday I shared a video with you on how to create this little snowflake. And I did this, the entire thing was made with the Stampin' Up's lattice die. And it used just one sheet of cardstock, and it was actually very easy and quick to make. You can go onto SimplySimpleStamping.com or onto YouTube to learn how to make that. So you're going to want to have one of those made. I chose Coastal Cabana. Night of Navy is beautiful. Of course, white would be gorgeous too. Just go ahead and get one of those made according to that video. So once we have that made, let's go ahead and create the rest of the ornament. I'm using Coastal Cabana cardstock here. I've got two pieces and they are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now I'm going to be using one of our bundles to create the snowflake. I'm going to use the Festive Flurries bundle because I want to use the matching framelits and the stamp. We're actually going to use the largest of the two stamps that come in that bundle. Let me move one of these away for a minute, and I'm going to bring in my snowflake. And a Versamark Ink Pad is perfect for this. And so let's just ink this up, and I'm going to stamp it here onto my cardstock. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to sprinkle it with some white embossing powder. And let me just bring this in so I don't make a mess everywhere. I'm just going to sprinkle on that white embossing powder. And I'm just going to take that over and heat set that. And you can see I've got it all embossed. I've got my framelit for the largest snowflake there. I'm going to get that in place. And then this one here in the middle, this is actually from the Circles collection. This is the third smallest, okay? And I want to just kind of put that there in the middle. That's going to create the hole for my tea light to fit into. So center that up using the snowflake as a guide so you get it all nice and centered. I'm going to put my top platform on and run that through my Big Shot. Now, while you're at the Big Shot, go ahead and take your other piece of Coastal Cabana and put your great big snowflake framelit on there. And then we're going to take the smallest circle from the Circles collection again and just kind of put it about... I've got one of the points going there, and because this is, let me bring in my example so you can see. I didn't plan this just right. I wish I had moved that over because I wanted to hang it so that that point was up. So if you'll put that circle right there, and then you're going to run that through your Big Shot. Okay, so I've got all of that cut out of the Big Shot, so I'm all ready to start putting this together. So I'm going to bring in my tea light. And I've got to find a way to secure this so that it will stay in here. Good old Scotch tape to the rescue. And what I want to do, remember I wanted the little switch to be lined up with one of the points because that's how I designed it with this one. And so I'm going to line up that switch, and I'm just going to Scotch tape this down flat. Let me get this other side here. And that's just going to hold that in place, but I don't want anything to show. Don't worry, we're going to totally hide the back of this, but we do want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So, all right, we've got that all taped down, so we're good there. Now, to hide it, that's where we're going to bring in our other snowflake that we cut out, and you can see I now have an opening for that. And to adhere that down, I'm actually going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. This is also going to give it a little bit of dimension, and it's also going to make it easier that if I ever have to take that tea light out and replace it or change out the battery, it's just as simple as removing those Stampin' Dimensionals. So it's very, very easy. All right, so I've got those ready to go. Let's go ahead and put this together. So I'll line those up. This is the part where you want to make sure you're seeing all sides. I'm not going to press anything down. I'm just going to hold these points together and make sure I've got everything nicely centered. And I do. There we go. All right, that part's looking good. Now, how to adhere our snowflake on top. This is a really great trick. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and set that on there. And I'm going to use mini glue dots, and I'm actually going to use a paper piercer, and I'm going to roll these. So I hope you can see it there in the camera. I'm going to roll that mini glue dot, and I'm just going to, with my paper piercer, because I don't want to touch it, I want to kind of turn it into a little ball of glue. And let's see how I can show you how to do this. You can see these points that are touching my snowflake. That's where I want my mini glue to go, my little glue dot. So I'm going to kind of line up my snowflake there. Oh boy, I hope you can see this in the camera. I'm just going to come in underneath here. All right, I'm going to try to lift this up so you can see. I've just put that glue right there. I know I'm going to do this at a very odd angle. I'm going to give it a little press. And then gently just kind of twist and remove. Oh, it didn't come off. Sorry. That's because I'm trying to do this at this kind of bizarre angle. I'm going to give that a little press, twisting the paper piercer to let that go. And that is now secure. I'm going to repeat that. Let me go ahead and show you one more time, because you're not going to want to sit here and watch me do them all. It actually goes a lot faster than you think to do this part. But just kind of roll that into a ball. Let me find my next little spot. And I just press those points down and bring that out. And you can see that's really good and secure. So you're going to repeat that with all the points, and I believe there's 5 of them. Maybe, I believe there should be 5. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Be back in a jiff. Okay, I've got that all secure. It's not going anywhere. Love it. Those mini glue dots are just amazing. So we've got that done. We're now just going to take some silver ribbon, and I like to find one of the points that I can use 2, because I want that. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure, there we go, that I'm lining it up with the little switch. So we're just going to take that. I'm going to tie it in a knot, and then I'll be ready to share with you how to do, well, I kind of made a mess out of that. All right, well, you're going to tie that, and then now we're going to go ahead and get started with the frosted embellishments. So to do that, now you can use a lot of different things. You can use clear thread, fishing line. I just happen to have this, it's called Stretch Magic. I think it's used for jewelry making, which I'm terrible at. So this stuff is going to serve a new purpose. So I'm just going to cut off some, oh, I don't know, I probably got about 12 inches. Might be more than what I need, but it's really difficult to work with, so I like to make sure I have plenty of it. I'm going to thread that through my snowflake there. Oh, totally missed it. See, I told you. You can see why I'm not making jewelry and I like stamping better. There we go. So we're just going to take this and find my top there. And I did these 3 points. 1, 2, you know, the one in the middle and these 2 on the side. So let me go ahead and do this one in the middle and just simply thread it through. Bring this up. This is the other reason I said I like to have plenty of this thread, because it's just kind of hard to work with. So I just tied it over. This is a little trick here. Cut it kind of close. And here's the key. I don't want that knot to show. And I know you are probably going to have a hard time seeing this, so I think I'll zoom the camera in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that knot and slide it so that it's hidden right there. That's right where I want it. Now I'm going to come back in with a mini glue dot on my other frosted embellishment. Let's press that glue dot on, and I'm going to encase that little knot so that it'll kind of hold all that in place. So get that center just where I want it. I'm going to give that a good press, And there you go. I now have a really great dangle piece on there. And you're going to repeat that process then on these two ends so that you have all of that dangling down. Let me go ahead and bring in my original so you can see what I mean. So there was my first one that I did there, and then I just hung two more off of the sides, and I just changed up the depth of how far I went down with it. I hope you all enjoyed today's project, and I hope this is one that you're going to be able to incorporate into your holiday this year. If you have one of those ornament exchanges coming up, this might be just the thing. You can be guaranteed no one else there will have your ornament. It will be an original. Guys, thanks so much for joining us with Stampin' Gals Gone Wild. Josee and I appreciate you all so much. And listen, there are more ways you can be a Stampin' Gal. You can be a wild girl by joining Stampin' Gals Gone Wild, where you have the opportunity to learn more stamping. We have a Facebook page set up just for you where we do lots of sharing and prizes. And also the best part is 6 exclusive videos made just for you and only you, and those are shared with you every single month. And hey, how about more? How about 2 free hostess sets every 6 months? It's a sweet deal. You can check all that out at Josee's website, which is stampinjoe.com if you're in Canada, and if you're in the US, you can check me out at simplysimplestamping.com. There's a button up there at the top that says Join Stampin' Gals Gone Wild. Read all about it. And again, Josee and I thank you all so much for being a Stampin' Wild girl, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.